Let me be brutally honest with you. Man boobs are not just a cosmetic issue. For most men over 40, they are a painful reminder. A reminder of the body we've lost, the vitality we think we can't reclaim, and the strength we've quietly watched disappear in the mirror. But here's what I've learned. Over 25 years of training Navy SEALs, professional athletes, and everyday men who simply want their lives back. You don't need to be 20 to build a chest that commands respect. You just need to train smart, recover better, and understand your hormones, posture, and muscle fibers far more deeply than you did in your 20s. Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Beckley, strength coach, kinesiologist, and a former competitive fighter turned longevity-focused trainer. I've seen the toll that stress, testosterone decline, and years of desk jobs can take on your chest and your confidence. That's why I've made it my mission to help men over 40 not just look better, but feel unstoppable again. Today, we're going beyond surface-level workouts. This is not about doing more push-ups or lifting heavier. This is about intelligent, research-backed movement that targets gynecomastia-like fat accumulation, muscle imbalances caused by years of neglect, and poor scapular posture that turns your chest into a soft shelf. We'll break down why flat bench presses may be killing your shoulders and your results, how to train your upper chest to project power, not padding, the single 5-minute dumbbell protocol that's made grown athletes weep and then thank me later, and the one bodyweight trick I've used to torch chest fat, even in men with previous shoulder injuries. More importantly, we'll talk about how to build a system, not a one-time workout, because, SEP, what got you here won't get you out. But I promise you, what I'm about to share, if followed consistently, will rebuild more than your chest. It will restore your discipline, your dignity, and maybe even your shirtless summer dreams. This isn't about being jacked for Instagram. This is about feeling like a man again, strong, focused, and damn proud when you take your shirt off in front of the mirror, or your wife, or that old version of you who thought he was past his prime. So grab a bottle of water, silence your inner critic, and let's begin with something no one tells you. The reason you can't lose your man boobs is because you've been training them like arms, not rebuilding them like foundations. Training principle number 1. Incline 21s, muscle density without shoulder damage. Let's talk about the incline bench press, or more specifically, the incline 21s. This variation, hands down one of my favorite muscle sculptors for men over 40. But before I show you how to do it, let me tell you why most guys are training their chest completely wrong. The flat bench myth. Walk into any commercial gym, and what do you see? Guys lining up for the flat bench, slapping on plates, grunting, ego lifting. But here's what you don't see. Results. Especially not in the upper chest, the area that gives your torso that square, armor-plated look. Instead, most men end up with overdeveloped lower pecs, underdeveloped upper pecs. And guess what that shape mimics? Yeah, man boobs. Anatomy of the problem and why the exercise works. Here's the truth. The upper pectoralis major, the part connected to your clavicle, is the most difficult to stimulate. And it's also the first to atrophy with age, especially when testosterone levels drop. Flat bench presses? They recruit too much front delt and too little upper chest, especially in older men with poor scapular mobility. That's where incline 21s become a game changer. The science of the 21S METHOD, the 21s method, splits your set into 3 ranges of motion. 7 bottom half reps, 7 top half reps, 7 full range reps. What does that do? 2 big things. 1. Maximizes time under tension, key for hypertrophy. 2. Recruits more motor units across the full arc of motion, from the stretch, through the peak contraction, into fatigue. For us older lifters, that's gold. Why? Because it triggers muscle growth without heavy weights, which means less stress on joints and lower injury risk. It's pressing with intelligence, not bravado. How TO set up for success? Let's get the setup right. Incline angle, 30 to 35 degrees, not 45 degrees. This keeps tension on the chest, not the delts. Bar, use a barbell or easy bar for better wrist comfort. Grip, slightly narrower than flat bench. Shoulder width or just outside. Feet, flat on the floor. Shoulders, pulled down and back. Arch, slight, not exaggerated. This protects your scapulae and keeps pecs in charge. How to do each stage. Step 1. Bottom half, x 7 reps. Start just above the chest, press halfway up. Tempo, 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down. Focus, deep stretch, scapula tight. Step 2. Top half, x 7 reps. Start from mid-range, press to lockout. Focus, squeeze your chest hard at the top. This builds peak contraction strength. Step 3. Full range, x 7 reps. Now go full motion, smooth, controlled, precise. No bouncing, no locking out. Keep tension, stay connected. Body reactions and reasons to exercise. By rep 15, you'll feel the constructive burn, lactic acid flooding your chest. This means blood's there. Nutrients are flowing. Growth signals are firing. mTOR, IGF-1, muscle hypertrophy, even without heavy loads. At our age, connective tissue is less forgiving. Incline 21s let us grow, without wrecking our joints. That's the win. Smart damage. Fast recovery. True story. From Dad BOD to Dealt God. Let me tell you about Mark. 47 years old. Accountant. Great guy. But his wife once joked, "Your chest looks like it's melting." He wasn't obese. Just neglected. Desk job. Slouch posture. Day 1. He couldn't do 21 reps with an empty bar. Left shoulder flared. Scapula winged out. He shook like a leaf. But he stuck with it. Week after week, we rebuilt. Form. Tempo. Control. 3 sets. That's it. After 90 days, upper chest, sculpted. Posture, fixed. And then he told me, for the first time in 10 years, I wore a t-shirt, without wondering if someone would ask if I was wearing a bra. That SEP is victory. Integrate into your weekly workout plan. Frequency, 2x/week. Timing, first chest movement of the day. Volume, 3 sets x 21 reps. Rest, 90 to 120 seconds between sets. Progression, add 2.5 kilograms per week only if all reps are perfect. Common mistakes to avoid. Going too heavy. You'll cheat. It ruins the stimulus. Bouncing the bar. Instant shoulder pain. Using too steep an incline. Shifts load to delts. Skipping bottom half reps. That's where the muscle wakes up. Locking out too hard. You lose tension where it matters. Conclusion of coaching philosophy. Incline 21s aren't just a workout. They're a philosophy. They're how men over 40 should train. Strategy over ego. Smart pain over heavy strain. When you build your upper chest, you're not just killing man boobs. You're rebuilding your shape, your posture, your confidence. No transformation boosts a man's confidence like reshaping his chest. It's primal. It's visible. It's powerful. So if you take just one thing from this part, let it be this. Every rep is a vote, and every vote is cast either for the man you are or the man you could be. Training principle number 2. Decline push-up. Functional strength meets sculpting. If incline 21s are the intelligent way to sculpt your upper chest with weights, then decline push UPS are the brutally honest test of how well your body can control its own mass. Why it is important after 40. Let's get something straight. By the time you hit 40, gravity is no longer your friend. Muscle loss accelerates. Fat shifts to the chest and belly. And if you're not actively resisting collapse, collapse becomes your default. That's where decline push UPS come in. Feet elevated, chest lowered. No machines, no mirrors, just you, the floor, and the honesty of your own body weight. That SEP is why they are absolutely essential. Anatomy of movement. When you elevate your feet during a push-up, the angle shifts forward, placing more mechanical load on your upper chest, increasing anterior deltoid recruitment, forcing your core, abs, transverse abdominis to stay tight. And if your glutes don't fire, you'll feel it instantly. This isn't just chest work. It's a full body coordination drill, wrapped in simplicity. How to set up properly. No need for fancy gear. Just a bench, a step, or a box, 10 to 14 inches high. Checklist. Feet firm, no wobble. Hands wider than shoulders. Eyes down, neck neutral. Glutes squeezed. Core tight, like a plank. Then lower your chest just above the floor. Pause for 1 second and press back up. Clean, controlled, no shortcuts. Rep, level, progression. Start with 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. Work your way up to 4 sets of 12 to 15. Then what? Raise the feet higher. Slow your tempo. 4 seconds down, 1 pause, 2 up, or wear a weighted vest. Advanced. Elevate your hands on parallettes. For deeper range and chest stretch. True story, backpack challenge. In 2016, I trained Dave, a 53-year-old ex-SWAT officer. His biggest struggle? I don't feel strong anymore. We started incline push-ups, but he found them easy. So I told him, wear your work backpack. Do decline push-ups at home. Every day. He thought I was crazy. 2 weeks later, he emailed, 3 sets of 12. With my laptop bag, I feel like a damn warrior. 3 months in, upper pecs, defined, back, stronger, shoulders, pain-free. He wasn't chasing abs. He was chasing control. Why is this post so strong? 1. Scapular freedom. No bench means free shoulder blade movement. No impingement. Better shoulder rhythm. 2. Core integration. Abs, obliques, lower back, all working to stabilize the spine. 3. Zero equipment excuses. Hotel, garage, park bench, anywhere. No excuses. 4. Hormonal spike. Big movements equals growth hormone plus testosterone boost. More burn, more muscle, less fat. 5. Postural correction. If you've slouched for decades, this resets your upper back, scapula, and thoracic spine. Common mistakes to avoid. Sagging hips kills your lower back. Piked but offloads chest, turns into yoga. Elbows flared at 90 degrees, trashes rotator cuff. Short range, no gains. Your chest should nearly kiss the floor. Weekly workout program. Beginner. Day 1, 3 sets x 10. Day 4, 3 sets x 8, 3 seconds down, 1 pause. Intermediate. Day 1, 4 sets x 12. Day 4, 4 sets x 15, 1 minute rest. Advanced. Superset with incline dumbbell press. 5 sets x 15 decline push-ups. Add backpack or vest as needed. Pro tip. Do these after incline 20 once. To burn out the chest, without wrecking your joints. Coach's perspective. Here's the truth, Sep. Any man can look strong standing still. But how many can move strong under stress, under fatigue, under age? Decline push-ups are a litmus test for aging athletes. If you can move your own body with control, you're aging well. If not, that's your wake-up call. I've seen CEOs, retired pros, even grandpas, reclaim their vitality through bodyweight work. Not for Instagram, but for autonomy, for life. Conclusion, training philosophy. Decline push-ups don't need a gym, or a barbell, or a spotter. What they need is discipline, position, and 60 seconds of discomfort. But in those 60 seconds, you train, posture, willpower, respect for your own body. So next time someone says, push-ups are for beginners, just smile and elevate your feet. The floor will always tell the truth. And the stronger your relationship with the floor, the less likely you are to fall in life. Training principle number 3, Dumbbell Hell, the 5-minute muscle awakener. If incline 20 once, build the mass, and decline push UPS, forge the function, then this is where we go to war. Not with heavy weights, not with fancy machines, but with 2 dumbbells, a timer, and your threshold for pain. I call it Dumbbell Hell. And by the time you finish, you'll know exactly why it works when others plateau. Here's the truth. After 40, your body adapts quickly to routines it's seen before. That's why most men hit the wall. They're doing 3 sets of 10, again, and again, and again. Dumbbell Hell shocks your system with something it forgot how to handle. Isolated endurance under asymmetrical load. Continuous time under tension. Zero room for momentum or rest cheats. And the best part? It destroys fatiguing fibers, triggers metabolic overload, and recruits stabilizers, all in under 5 minutes. The method, how it works. You'll need a flat bench, 2 dumbbells, start light, trust me, a timer set for 5 minutes. Phase 1, 2.5 minutes, right arm active. Lay back on the bench. Left arm, hold dumbbell locked at the top, isometric hold. Right arm, keep pressing, goal equals 100 reps. Can't keep pressing? Hold it 1 inch above chest. If form fails, pause. Then keep going until the timer hits 2:30. Phase 2, 2.5 minutes, switch arms. Now the right arm holds at top. Left arm presses, same goal. Rest is forbidden. Finish strong, or finish on fire. But finish. Why it's so effective? Physiology breakdown. 1. Unilateral overload. Each pec works alone, exposes and corrects imbalances. 2. Occlusion training effect. Continuous tension restricts blood flow, triggers anabolic signals, like BFR training without the bands. 3. Postural recruitment. With one arm locked out, your scapula, serratus, and rotator cuff work overtime to stabilize. 4. Lactic acid flush. By minute 4, you're not just building muscle, you're building mental grit. This isn't just hypertrophy. This is tolerance, discipline, growth. Read this before you try it. You do not need heavy dumbbells. If it's your first time, 10 to 15 pounds equals getting back in shape. 20 to 25 pounds equals intermediate. 30 plus lb equals experienced and a little masochistic. Remember, the goal is volume under control, not ego pressing. Real story. The moment he earned his chest. Meet Ray, 42 years old, ex-college football player, now a sales director. Still strong, still proud, but man boobs? Creeping in. Gym at home. Great bench numbers. Zero definition. Didn't believe in bodyweight work. Scoffed at 20 pounds dumbbells. I pushed him anyway. Week 1 of Dumbbell Hell. He tapped out at 35 reps per arm. Dropped both dumbbells. Messaged me. I can't feel my arms. I think I saw God. Week 5. Hit 88 reps right, 90 left. Looked in the mirror, saw his upper chest lines again. His wife said, "Whatever you're doing, don't stop. You finally look like you again." That SEP is the power of this system. It doesn't just reshape your body. It revives the man hiding under fat and fatigue. Studio microphone. How to integrate Dumbbell Hell. Frequency. Once a week. Twice if recovery is fast. Placement. End of upper body or chest day. Progression strategy. Week 1, 15 lb dumbbells. Week 2, same weight, increase reps. Week 3, move to 20 pounds. Week 4 to 6, hold or climb. Once you hit 100 reps per arm in 5 minutes, move up a class. Common pitfalls. Holding arm too loose. You lose tension. Letting dumbbell rest on chest. Resets the burn, no gains. Pressing too fast. Use rhythm. 1 second down, 1 up. Skipping the timer. Time stress is part of the shock. Final thought. 5 minutes that change everything. You can train an hour a day, for years, or challenge yourself, for 5 minutes, and wake up muscles that have been asleep since your 20s. Dumbbell Hell doesn't need a gym or programming. It needs one thing, your decision to suffer a little now, so you can walk taller later. Because SEP, it's never too late to rewrite your physique, but it is too late to keep waiting. Pain is temporary, fatigue is fuel, and the man you want to be is already buried beneath the one you've outgrown. Final lesson. Discipline is the real flex after 40. You've learned the moves. You've seen the methods. You've felt the fire. But let me tell you something, SEP. None of it matters without one thing. Discipline. Not motivation. Not hype music. Not fancy supplements. Not 6-week challenges. Just that quiet, consistent decision to show up when nobody's watching and do the work when nobody claps. Lies at 40 years old make themselves. You've heard them. Hell, maybe you've said them. I'm too old to get in shape. It's just part of aging. I don't have time anymore. I'll start Monday maybe. Let me be clear. These aren't just excuses. They are contracts. You've signed with failure. And every time you say them, you're handing over the pen and letting weakness write your legacy. Coach story. 10 years ago, I hit a wall. Not physically, mentally. I was 41, in the best shape of my life. And yet, miserable. Why? Because I was chasing intensity, not consistency. I thought, the next max bench press, or the perfect diet, will bring me peace. But peace didn't come from peak performance. It came from daily discipline. I began trading ego for integrity. Instead of asking, how much can I lift today? I started asking, can I stay loyal to my plan when no one's watching? And that changed everything. I trained smarter, not just harder. I slept better. I respected my joints. I learned the power of small wins, done repeatedly, like brushing your teeth for life, not whitening them for one night. What is discipline after age 40? Discipline isn't sexy. It's not Instagrammable. It's meal prepping when you're tired, stretching before bed instead of scrolling, doing push-ups in your hotel room on a business trip, saying no to a second beer because your future deserves better, training with intention, not ego. Embracing soreness, because it means you're still alive and still capable. Discipline is the quiet reminder that you still run the show, even when life tries to write you off. Man boobs are just a symptom, not a destiny. Let's be honest. The term man boobs isn't just physical. It's emotional. It's the shame when you avoid the mirror, the insecurity in the locker room, the ache in your chest, not from fat, but from fear. Fear that you're past your prime. But you're not. You're just untrained in discipline. And discipline is learned, not inherited. So no matter how long you've been out of shape, no matter how many times you've restarted, no matter how old you are, or how low you feel, if you can do 1 rep today, you can do 2 tomorrow. 2 becomes a set becomes a week becomes a lifestyle. Miguel's story, 59 years old. Let me tell you about Miguel. 59 years old, divorced, 2 kids, diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. He messaged me, "I don't want to die before my grandkids are old enough to remember me." We didn't start with weights. We started with walks, then incline push-ups against the wall, then incline 21s, with dumbbells lighter than his coffee maker, then Dumbbell Hell. And yes, he cried, he cursed, he laughed. Now, he's down 38 pounds, off insulin, and wears fitted shirts with pride. He didn't get fit. He became a man of discipline. And Sep, that is the highest flex a man over 40 can ever have. Real transformation. Muscles fade, PRs fade, even aesthetics fade. But discipline gets stronger with age, and it leaves behind a trail. Better sleep, sharper thinking, kids who watch and learn from your actions, a partner who sees you fight for your health and loves you more because of it. Final message. You clicked on this video for a reason, not just to lose man boobs, but to take your power back. And I hope you now see that power doesn't come from 3 exercises. It comes from the choice to use them every week, every failure, every excuse resisted. So whether you start with Incline 21s, or 1 push-up on the floor, or 5 reps in Dumbbell Hell, start. Because the longer you wait to become the man you want to be, the longer you'll stay, the one you're trying to escape. Discipline isn't a punishment. It's the permission to become unstoppable.